for the State of Origin coming up next week, Nabil. Obviously, Victoria versus, as you guys can see, our big V shirt is here.
Big V shirt.
So it's Victoria versus WA.
Yes.
And we said we'll have a bit of a conversation leading into the game, give our thoughts.
Yes.
State of Origin we spoke about last year or
We
during
did.
last season.
Yes, we did.
And we had a lot of opinions about it. So I guess the AFL heard us and they're playing a State of Origin game this year.
Yeah.
But yeah, State of Origin, Victoria versus WA next week. What are your thoughts? Let's just start off with what are your thoughts?
I like State of Origin.
Yeah.
I like State of Origin. I like seeing the best players play together.
Come together and play together.
I think that's exciting.
Yeah.
And I like that a lot of the best players are available, and we'll talk about the players in a moment. So I'm all for it. I think we also went to the Legends version of the
which was
State of Origin, so Victoria
versus
All-Stars. And
Yep.
I think the crowd was engaged and we enjoyed it and the fans enjoyed it. So this time it's the footballers, it's a bit more serious, bit more intensity attached to it, and look forward to it this Saturday.
And I think Victoria being such a massive footy, I guess, state.
Yes.
And a lot of the large footy clubs and footy fans being in Victoria.
Yes.
They're very excited about the idea of Victorians and their players coming together and going up against the best of all the other states. I feel like, forgive me for saying this, but I feel like Victoria's the benchmark. Yes, there's a bias because we're Victorians, but also...
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. And, I mean, credit to WA. WA is a footy state.
Yeah.
They're very, very proud of
Yep.
WA. And, look, I don't want to venture into cricket here, but hear me out. The Perth Scorchers, the WA fans are behind them.
Yeah.
WA cricket, all behind them. But to focus on footy, I know Western Australians are very, very proud of Western Australian footballers.
Yep, absolutely.
So,
a lot of big names that have come out of WA as well. I have a question for you.
yeah, hit me.
Why do you think WA, the State of Origin game, is being played in WA?
Yeah, so this is my theory.
Okay.
New South Wales and Queensland, they've got an opening round.
Which I think is trash, by the way.
Yeah.
We need to get rid of that shit. This is a waste of time.
I don't know if the AFL's listening to us on that one. I think that
they
seems
probably
to
won't, but like,
he said. So they've got opening round, which came out, was it last year? Or the year before? 2 years.
4, I think.
Yeah, 2 years now.
Maybe.
Adelaide's got gather round, and they ain't letting go of that. That's theirs. Gather round, Adelaide, that's not a changing. Melbourne has the MC. Melbourne obviously has the MCG, has Grand Final Day, September. We've got the public holiday. So
yeah, you're right.
WA is a footy state. The fans are in WA. We talked about their footy culture.
Yep.
This is, I think, their gift, State of Origin, which I think is a good gift. That's a great gift. Yeah,
theory.
that's my theory.
Because I was thinking to myself, out of all places in Australia, why are they playing in WA? But that theory makes sense.
Yeah.
It kind of, I understand that.
Do you think then the State of Origin game becomes a permanent WA game?
Ooh,
that's a great question.
I don't know. It depends. It depends a lot on how he goes this week. If it's a raging success, they'll keep it in WA for a couple of seasons. If there's an intensity attached, there's a rivalry, there's a big crowd, maybe.
I'm opposing you already.
I think I can see other states trying to fight for it.
Well, it's not only that. Like, why the hell does a WA crowd want to see South Australia versus Victoria? If they play it in WA all the time, and let's say Victoria's playing South Australia, Victoria's playing, I don't know, New South Wales, whatever they're called, in terms of the team they put together, why the hell would anybody outside of the states they're playing want to see that?
Actually, should there be a mini series involving all the states every year?
Like a State of Origin Carnival. I think they used to do this.
They used to. I'm not a fan because I don't think other states have the talent WA has. I think South Australia maybe.
Damn, Nabil's calling you guys.
Yeah, well,
He's telling you
New South Wales and Queensland don't. Tasmania definitely don't. South Australia,
do you think it's a quantity issue? Like they don't have enough of?
There's not enough footballers coming out of those states.
Okay.
I
think Nabil saved himself.
That's all I meant.
There's not enough.
I'm not hating on the other states. There's no talent.
There could be like a Northeast Australia where you get Queensland and New South Wales, for example.
Yeah.
Which was what they called the NEFL. Northeast something.
Football league.
Yeah.
Maybe, but I don't think so. I think there's a lot. WA has done even well to put together a team that almost
can compete.
Not even match. Can compete with Victoria. So,
well, let's talk about those teams now. Then, Victoria has a stacked team of premiership players, all Australians, Brownlow medalists.
You name it.
Stars across the board.
Every line. Star.
Almost, I think if you put together, I don't know, Barcelona 2009, like there's too many big names in this team for Victoria.
Yeah.
Marcus Bontempelli, Nick Dacos, Jeremy Cameron, Patrick Dangerfield, Max Gawn.
Big names.
Like, I can keep going through the list of names that are here. I have a quick fire question for you. Who are your starting 6 players in the midfield?
In the midfield?
Yeah. No, you have to pick them ruckman. So
I got to pick a ruckman?
Yeah. 5 midfielders.
Gawn. So Gawn.
Obviously.
The Bonds.
Yep.
Dacos.
Yep.
Going to throw in Noah Anderson.
Yep. Fair enough.
And I'm also going to go Zach Merritt here. A little bit left field.
Okay. Not really a left field to be
Yeah, he's still a gun player.
You have one more spot.
One more spot?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Bailey Smith. You get an outside runner. Imagine him and Nick Dacos running all day. Oh.
Good luck.
Danger in the middle. So
good luck, yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
can WA's midfield compete with that?
Do you want the biased Victorian answer?
Do you want to do the WA midfield? What's your starting 5?
Okay, my starting midfield for WA would be Luke Jackson could be the ruckman.
Yes.
Patrick Cripps obviously is going to be in the middle. Liam Baker.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Chad Warner.
Another very good player.
I'm just looking at the list of Shai Bolton. A bit of speed and flair.
It would be him and Chad Warner in a team would be very exciting.
So him, Chad Warner, Patrick Cripps, Liam Baker. And I would probably put Keziah Pickett in there too.
Yeah, okay. So it seems, I think that one's a lot more offensive.
And speed and flair involved.
Yeah.
Where I think the Victorian team is not really lacking that too, to be honest. But yeah, I think that would be
the WA midfield team is a little bit more exciting to watch. Like you said, flair.
Yeah, a lot of flair, a lot of speed. So that is probably what the WA team or the WA midfield would look like. Obviously, they have a lot of players in the forward line, big names in the forward line. There's one player I do want to talk to you about. And
tell me.
His name is Jeremy Cameron, the Coleman medalist from last year.
Yeah, he's got an injury? Is that where you're going with this?
Yes. So they picked him to play, or he's in the squad, and assumably you would think he'd be the first starting forward
100%.
for Victoria. But he's under an injury cloud. They don't know if he will be, healthy to play next week.
If he's not 100%, he shouldn't play. And if I'm a Geelong fan and he's not 100%,
yeah, I'd be pissed off.
He's not playing.
Yeah. Fair point.
So,
I don't.
Speaking of injuries, do you reckon this will be a competitive game or more exhibition? Just a bit of fun.
We're having a conversation about this off camera.
Yeah, I think it will be an exhibition.
Yeah.
I would love it to be a bit more competitive, but also, man, if Patrick Cripps gets injured, I won't be very, very happy.
Just be a couple of players not kicking the ball out of bounds on the floor.
Kick it out of the bounds on the floor all he wants.
Just
don't.
In saying that,
if you look at the rugby State of Origin, they take that serious.
Yeah.
They're trying to kill each other.
But I also think there's
injuries are part of the game. You could get injured in training.
Players do get injured in training.
But I also think they actually have a culture where the states dislike each other when it comes to the actual State of Origin in rugby.
Yeah, it doesn't have that here.
Well, whereas here,
everyone hates Melbourne.
Naturally, everybody's going to head the biggest team or the biggest, group.
Victoria, sorry.
Yeah, so like I said, there's the most stacked team that I've seen in a very long time. Naturally, I'd understand. What I think they should actually do, if it's going to become an exhibition match, and it's not going to be a state versus state thing, I think it should be an All-Stars versus Victoria.
I think I look at this WA team, and I just can't see how they can beat Victoria. And that's why I think it should be
Are you giving early spoilers?
No, I'm going to go there because you mentioned that, and I'm going to go there.
Okay.
I don't think this WA team can beat Victoria on any level. I think Victoria will absolutely cook it. So maybe the All-Star thing is, but I like the idea it is WA because it's state versus state. So that's where I'm at with it.
Also, on the answering Z's question about do you think it's going to be an exhibition match, not apparently. Clubs have the power to dictate how many minutes their players play now in this game. So if, I don't know, Collingwood comes out and says Nick Dacos can only play 20 minutes in this game, well then is Nick Dacos going to give his 110% for 20 minutes?
Let me ask you, you brought up Nick Dacos. How do you feel about it?
I don't think there's a right time for this game to be played. Because you play at the beginning of the season, you injure your player. Player gets injured, something happens, it's cooked for the beginning of the season. You'd play mid-season, same shit.
Yeah.
I think the end of the season is low-key might be the best time to play this, is my opinion.
After the grand final.
After the grand final, everything's done. The only thing the players are getting at that time is time off.
Yeah.
So if a player gets injured, it might affect his preseason or their off-season, but there isn't any repercussions for the actual season, and players can give 110% at that point.
Yeah.
But there's players that didn't make finals. There's players that played in the grand final. So there will be players that have been out of action for 2 months, for example, compared to maybe a player that was out of action for a couple of weeks after the grand final. People on holidays.
I guess then that raises the question of there's no right time to play this.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't mind it. It's at the start of the season because you know what it is? It's a little entree for the start of the footy season.
Yeah.
There's no NAB Cup anymore. There's no Wizard Cup. There's no preseason competition. I
don't know why they got rid of that shit. That shit was fun.
Well, yeah, preseason competition that matters. So this might be the entree.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it's just a little bit of fun that kind of kickstarts the season.
Feels like footy's coming back.
Final tips and best on ground player.
Final tips, obviously Victoria. I'd be delusional to say Victoria's not going to win this game.
And it's not even Victorian bias. I just think Victoria's a much better team.
No, I like Victoria bias, but it's also the reality of the situation is Victoria is a very strong team. So I think Victoria will win.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't disagree with that.
Victoria wins.
Best on ground. The only reason why I think best on ground would be tough to pick for this game is for the simple fact that it depends on how much each player is going to get to play. Looking at that Victorian midfield that we just mentioned, we didn't mention Patrick Dangerfield in there. We didn't mention Hugh McCluggage. We didn't mention... There's a bunch of players we didn't mention in there that are stacked. Toby Green.
Wow. Yeah.
There's so many...
There is a lot.
Caleb Sarong, Matt Rowell, the Brownlow medalist from last... So when you look at all these... Max Holmes, when you look at all these players, if they say... Let's say Victoria are going to say, we're going to rotate these guys every 5 minutes.
Do you think then maybe the best on ground might be a flair player who just does some little tricks and then everyone loves him? Because Nick Dacos, Patrick Dangerfield, all these guys aren't going to be playing 40 disposal games.
Oh, no, 110%.
Yeah.
I doubt...
It could be a player that gets 20 and kicks 4 goals.
Yeah, something like that.
Shai Bolton.
Something like that. Where a player just does some madness on the field. So if you're saying pick a player for best on ground, I'm just going to be biased and say Nick Dacos.
I'm going to say the Bont.
Or the Bont,
I'm going to say the Bont.
We're not giving anybody else but the midfielders a chance of winning the best on ground.
We both know it. The midfielders win everything. So
yeah, for the most part, yeah. And you're looking at the forward lines, I can only see 2 or 3 big names in both teams. So
could be like a Sam Darcy if he kicks a bag.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah. Well, if Jeremy Cameron doesn't end up playing, Sam Darcy might be the focal point.
8 in a practice game. Fun fact. This is the Sam Darcy.
That's a bit scary for the competition as a whole, let alone WA.
Yeah.
Whereas Tom Barassi, you have your work cut out for you, bro. He played on Sam Darcy.
Yeah.
But yeah, State of Origin this week. Hopefully it'll be a good game. Hopefully it'll be a close game. That's what I hope, actually. I actually don't want it to be a blowout.
I want to see the talent on the field. That's what I'm excited for.
Coaches and teams and players, just let these guys play, please. We can watch what we're hoping is going to be a great game. Any final thoughts?
Big V. That's it. That's my thoughts.
Yeah,
the Bills tipping against Crips once.
For once. Only time.
You know what? I didn't even deep that, actually. You're going against Captain Crips.
Against Paddy Crips.
Damn, fair enough. But you know what? You're right. Victoria's too strong of a team to tip against. So Victoria to get across the board, Bont and Nick Dacos to potentially be best on ground. Maybe even Bailey Smith.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe redeem himself from the grand final day. Any of those Geelong players for that matter. State of Origin this week. We'll have a chat about it after it's done as well.
Yes, so something a bit different. So keep an eye out on socials and we'll keep you updated.
Absolutely. So we'll have a chat about it after the fact. But Saturday 14th, Valentine's Day, that's another thing I realized. Why on earth are they playing this game on Valentine's Day?
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of
pissed off girlfriends and partners. That's what I can say, bro. Be like, hey, where are we going for Valentine's Day? We're watching the footy on the couch. That's where we're going for Valentine's Day. But Saturday 14th of Feb, 7:40. WA versus
be there
Victoria
or be square
at Optus Stadium. And we'll see you guys after the game. Take care. Ciao.